And good evening, Utica curling fans. We're here to bring you the semifinals of the 2022 Mitchell Bonspiel. A little cold day here in Central New York. I'm Roger Roulette here with Tim Convoy.
Hi, Roger.
Here in the booth. And our feature game tonight will be between Schenectady, skipped by Dan Mackold, third Merrick Razanka, second Brian Stewart, and Lee Jack Muha. They'll be curling against New Pond, skipped by Doug Barcheski playing the Blue Rocks, John Barcheski playing third, Brad Glazer at second, and Terry Longo at lead. Should be a good game, and we're just about to get underway this evening. Winner of this game goes on to finals tomorrow at 11:30 a.m., and we'll be streaming that. Dave Craig Nolan will be here with you for that one. And our other semifinal game today is features a couple Utica teams, Dean Kelly and Eric Crumma. And we'll keep you updated on some of the other scores on the sheets. So we're just about to get underway. Looks like New Pond, Team Barcheski with the Blue Rocks will be going first. And Mackold with Red Rocks will have hammer here in the first end.
I think some of our earlier games, ice was playing about 26 seconds.
27 in our game earlier today at 3 o'clock. We're throwing 410, 420 splits to T-line, so lightning quick. I don't mind it when it's that fast, so.
How about the curl? Good curl?
We're getting a good 3.5, 4 feet of curl depending on where you are in the ice. So first rock by Terry Longo over curl just a little bit, and looks like Jeff Muha got a nice come around that kind of quasi corner guard. Doug Barcheski didn't waste any time peeling his own guard there. Dan Mackold's going to ask to replace that guard. Now one looks a little heavy, but it's going to come in to sit two. They got him pretty steep, so not an easy double. Might have a slash double.
I'm not sure if he's calling it to go behind or.
I think he was trying to guard the shot stone, and just a little heavy, didn't curl. So now there's a slash double available. Early in the end, though, it's going to be hard to keep the house split with two from now until skip rocks. Looks pretty close. And oh, just missed. Good try, just over curled to shade.
Looks like he's calling normal takeout here.
Yep, Dan Mackold's asking Brian Stewart now just to probably hit this rock on the nose. Goes pretty hard inside out ever since we did the mid-season flood. taking quite a bit of ice on this shot, but even with good weight, this should curl up. Played on the sheet earlier today in the previous draw. She played very nicely. A little soft. Couldn't get the job done. Gets by shot stone, rolls close to the wide corner guard. Now the double's a lot more difficult. The outside in, it curls a little bit less. Very nice shot, good weight. Went after shot rock there instead of chasing the one on the top 12. A lot of rocks to come in this end.
At this point, there's really nothing to hide behind her.
Not really, so it's going to be a lot of tit for tat here, and they're, Mackel gotten himself spread and sitting 2. So Team Brzezinski is kind of waiting for a half shot, hit and roll out here to get themselves out of the end. Long way to go, a lot of rocks to come. This might be the break they're looking for. Is this going to stay in the rings? Oh, it's going to hang on. So Team Mackel continues to sit 2. And that'll probably force Team Brzezinski to chase that top stone off. This end went open early, a lot of hits going quickly.
So this would be the time to chase that top one?
Yeah, he's got to go for the top one, I think, and then try to roll in front of the one that went to the back 12.
Shot 3, just get a nice double take out.
And they went inside out of this, and it rubbed on the guard and missed everything. Looks like they originally called that shot outside in. Must have changed it up. Now a chance for Dan Mackel to split the house and sit 3. Got it on the rings. Sitting 3. Team Brzezinski's got to be looking for a double here somewhere to get out of trouble here in the first end.
Right, because after hitting it, he's going to be exposed.
Yeah, there's no guards in place, so completely open end. Got to hurry for a piece here. Made contact, got rid of one. Team Machold still sitting 2, chance to draw sit 3 again.
He had him sweeping right from the time he let go.
It looked like it's a little tight right out of the get-go. I think they'd like to put this stone right back where they just had it. It was a great spot, made it difficult to make any double. Sweepers aren't touching this one.
Well, that looks a little heavy, maybe. I'll come down to the back one.
Yeah, I don't want to group those stones. That'll make it a little easier. And it's going to freeze up. Yeah, it makes the double a little bit easier. This could be the get out of jail free card for Team Bercheski. Well, not totally free. Still be 2 if everybody makes the rest of their shots here.
I assume they're going to try and remove both of them.
Yeah, get right to the nose. Maybe just a little inside nose. I think get rid of both. Maybe a little hit and roll there. This should go out. That'll go out. Kind of what they're looking for. Just want to hit this a little on the low side. And successfully done. And improves the situation pretty dramatically for Team Bercheski now. They're only looking at dropping 2 now instead of 3. Dan Mackold's got to put one in the rings here to keep his deuce alive. Doug Bercheski is a former champion of this Mitchell Bonspiel. Not too many years ago, if I recall right. I'm not sure if Dan Mackold has ever won this as a skip. Both teams have played very well this weekend, obviously, to get to this point. Team Mackold had a barn burner against Team Morehouse earlier today. This one's going to coast in and be just about perfectly even. Pretty good result there. Tough to double those now.
tough one to hit and roll over. Take them both out.
Yeah, the double's almost impossible, I think. Really just looking to hit and roll to a spot that's shot so that Dan Mackold will have to chase them and hope that they hit and roll out. First things first, you got to hit a stone here.
Sure. What's the most important part of a hit and roll?
You bet. Yeah, playing real tight ice. It runs really straight on this side, as we discovered earlier today. I think we're putting the broom just inside the edge of the rock to make this shot. Looks like they're taking pretty much the ice we took earlier today.
Pretty heavy weight thrown here.
Pretty firm. You're going to hit and roll out. So it just didn't move at all. Right where they had the broom is pretty much where they hit. So an open draw for 2 here for Dan Mackold. Good way to start a game, get a deuce right off the bat. Last stone, first in, Dan Mackold. Drawing for his deuce. He's drawing into his own stone here, give himself a little extra chance. Looks pretty heavy. May have overcooked this one.
Oh.
Nope, it's gonna sit. Just rubs. Nice draw.
And over on sheet 2, Utica 3. Crumma scored 2 in the first end against Utica Kelly.
And on sheet 3, it looks like Team Morehouse grabbed 3 against Team Moore.
Yep.
Oops. Let's get the right number of ends here. There we go. Sulanap just finishing up on sheet 4. Back in our feature game. Dan Mackold and his team are up 2-0 over Nupon Bercheski. Team Bercheski playing a Blue Rocks will have the hammer here on the second end to play. Center guard goes up.
Looks like on sheet 4, Knapp, Utica Knapp took 1.
Grabbed 1 in the first end.
Against Utica Sewell.
And all sheets have completed 1 into play. And that corner guard attempt by Team Bercheski slides a little deep. Dan's going to ignore that rock and just throw another one around the center guard, indicating he wants to go around top 12.
Looks like maybe back house.
Looks a little toasty.
Back four.
Got mostly buried. Well, partly buried, I guess I would say. Maybe what, 3/4 exposed?
Yeah.
They're going to try to come and tap this out with a down weight shot. We can overthrow this here. This just runs so straight. This is down weight. And they're a little tight.
Okay.
Shooter thought he was tight coming out. And a guard to go back. 5-rock rule. And that was unfortunate. Clunking a guard there means that Team Macol can get another one around.
This one looks like it's going to go deep also. Back four maybe.
Check it up.
Yes, it is. And curling.
Oh, it's a pretty good spot. It's got a kind of Christmas tree there. We got them lined up.
Does look like it's exposed to hit though.
Might be hard to get both out.
Just signal trying to hit the inside of the top red, so.
Be hard to get there. Directional sweeping, try to push this over. They're going to catch a piece of the top one. Is it going to jam in the back?
No, made it by.
Just went underneath. Boy, that was close. Good result for Team Brzeski, though. I got 2 blues on the ring, so they've got Dan Mackold outnumbered 2-1 there. Team Mackold will have to get another stone back in. Protect their position.
He's trying to put it right up there and guard that shot stone.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get around again and sit 2, but they came up a little bit short, so. Team Brzeski now sitting 2 in the rings. They have a chance to get things open and chase shot rock off.
Okay, he just called for an up weight. I don't know if he's trying to clear the front.
Well, I think they're thinking that maybe they get through the hole, but if they don't, they move some stones up front.
And he was pointing that way.
There is a hole there.
Oh,
He almost got through the hole.
Yes, he did. This one looks like it's got a little bit more weight.
Yeah, you'd like to have two in the rings here for sure. All those blue stones laying around. Nope, this is going to overcurl. Come up light.
Tick to guard it anyway.
A little bounce actually helps. Cuts off the hit and draw paths. Got to clear some guards here. Can they double these guards and roll away?
Yeah, it looks like they could if they hit the one on the right first.
Yeah, I got to hit it
Real thin.
fairly thick, I think. Otherwise, they might stick right on the second guard.
All right, too. I was looking at it, they could hit both, but they don't want to stick there.
Definitely not.
They want to get out of the way.
Main thing is to hit the one on the center line. That's the one that's killing you right now. You'd love to spin your blue shooter away. You don't want to leave it sitting there.
Pretty firm shot coming down.
Yeah, it's just going to stick. Hit it too thin. But it's better than it was. Now I think they can get at the shot stone either way right now with a lightweight shot. This side curls. I think you can get it from this side pretty easy. This side will be a little challenging, right? That's the straight side.
They're both to the right of center line. Looking at it from the shooters.
Yep. Again, Team Macol needs another rock in the house. They need to be 1-2 or 1-3.
This one's definitely coming in. It's firm.
Oh, maybe they're just hitting a stone to sit two. That works too. I think that's the safe call.
Couldn't tell from my angle what they were trying to do.
Well, the broom looked like it was the right broom for a draw too. So Team Macol now sits 1-2. Temporarily out of danger. Team Brzeski's got to decide how they want to deal with shot rock. They're on the back four. Freeze leaves the pin open, so I'm not sure a freeze is ideal. I think they want to bump this out, sit 2-3 or 1-3.
You don't think they could come down and freeze to it and shot?
If you freeze to it, you're still leaving the pin open. So you're behind T-line.
Oh.
Just rub the guard.
Like he's thinking about putting one in top four.
Well, their initial thought was to go around the corner guard top four. The other option would be to guard your rock on back four. It's not ideal, but it's the one you got, right? Either way, they're already sitting 1-2, so they've kind of got a free shot here. Sweeping for line, but how's the weight here? It's coasting to a stop. Going to over curl, come out the backside. Wow, that curled a ton.
You're right about T-line.
That had much rotation on it. That just curled an absolute ton. Now there's a double. There's like a pretty natural half rock double here. Not a ton of weight. This is going to flop just underneath the guard. Nice shot. Dean Brzezinski now a shot stone. Undercover.
Well, you have to come around to, if you want to try and hit it, you hit it from the left-hand side or try to jam, right?
Yeah, you got to be careful of the jam. I don't think it's easy to hit it with the in turn. I think your only chance to hit this stone is to come up the middle. Hope you get enough to send it over the top of the stone in the back. So you want to come in this way and hope you can send it over the top. Tough shot. They can only see what? 1/8 of a stone?
Just about.
You can get there. And Mackold's last shot here in the second end. One more to come. Trying to take out Shot Rock. They're by the guard. Yeah, and they've got it.
What a great shot.
Beautiful shot.
It's like sitting 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, sitting 4. Left a nice big pocket, though, for Team Brzezinski. They just need to draw down to the pocket to get their single. Good in by Team Mackold. They're going to get their force at the very least here. This end. Still got to make it. Not a gimme.
No. Little update on sheet 2. Utica Crumma took another 2 for a total of 4. To nothing against Kelly, Utica Kelly.
Team Crumma making his bid to make it into the Mitchell final.
Just basically cleaning the ice.
Nice little chip and roll in for 1. Team Brzezinski gets their single here in the second end. They now trail 2-1. Team Mackold playing the Red Rocks will have a hammer here in the third end upcoming.
No score posted yet on sheet 3. Morehouse against Moore, both Utica teams. We've had a pretty good turnout for this Mitchell Bonspiel. Not a lot of out-of-town teams this year because of COVID.
You can almost get around the locker room this year, so that was a bonus. And a good solid 16 teams. And very happy for the teams who were able to travel. Come take advantage of our hospitality this year. We've got more events coming up. It's a busy month for us here at the Utica Curling Club. We've got the GNCC Senior Mixed Championships coming up next weekend. We've got a full slate of streaming set up for that. Some of that will be unattended. Week after that, we have the Utica Curling Club Mixed Championships, which will probably feature a lot of the same teams from the home club. And then coming in February, we have our, of course, famous Bonspiel. I think the registrations are going very good for that. And later in the month, we'll have the U.S. Women's Curling Association National Championship with 32 teams. 14 draws over 4 days, and we'll have a full slate of streaming for that. So lots of action available here on the Utica Curling Channel. And hope you guys will tune in.
Sheet 4, Sewell scored 3 in the second end. So it's Sewell 3. Utica Knapp 1.
Looks fast out here. I'm watching a draw on sheet 3. And don't have a stopwatch with me, but boy, it looks lightning quick.
Sheet 5 trying to draw behind. Going to make it by.
Yeah, Team Brzezinski trying to get by that center guard. They just rubbed.
Just clipped it.
Just didn't quite have enough weight to get around, but they got a couple guards in play. I think it's probably time to start getting rid of some guards.
Looks like that's what he's trying to do now. Tap one back.
Yeah, he's peeling the low one there. I think there was a double if you peeled the top one. Nevertheless, gets rid of a guard.
I don't know if that didn't curl like he expected it to because...
No, he wanted to peel that back one.
Thought if he hit it differently, he might roll over underneath his own, though.
Yep, it's possible they could have rolled underneath the guard. Team Brzeski trying to draw around that center guard again. This is going to be light and over curl. Two guards in play. And those are definitely doubleable.
Is that a word? Doubleable?
Doubleable, yes. I think it's about a half rock. Get rid of both, lose your shooter. It's going to over curl. Oh, and they didn't like that result. I'm sure. Left a shooter and a guard. Now a double guard for Team Brzeski to get around.
On sheet 3, Team Morehouse just updated their score. It's now 7-0 against Team Moore. So Morehouse is 7, Moore 0 at this point. Second end.
Yeah, big steal of 4 there for Team Morehouse. Sheet 3. One of our B games going on. Well, they took plenty of ice on that draw, and that one did not bury, so that's going to be wide open.
They did carry it a long way, though, sweeping.
Yep.
Looking at some of the other sheets here, these stones do seem to be gliding right along, not really digging in.
Overcooked that takeout a little bit, trying to push it over. They're going to catch a piece. It'll be enough to get it out of play. Another chance for Team Brzeski to sink one. Try to get a chance at a steal this end. Line looks better on this one.
By and looks like it's going to bury.
Third time's the charm, right? Go top 8, buried. It's a start. No way that Dan Mackel can get at that rock. So
He's looking at those guards there. I think
guards have to go, the staggered guards. Again, half a rock here should get rid of both. Got to be a little careful, though. Half a rock, they might spill the back blue onto the shot rock blue.
Missed the back blue completely.
Went over the top. Hit that one a little thin. So something cooking now for Team Bercheski. They've got one buried top 8. Not a great steel rock, right? You figure you want to be on the 4-foot to get a steal this end. Hard to get shot on the 4-foot without going behind tee line. Guess you guard the one you got, right? Maybe they could get half around their shot stone on the 8-foot.
And if they get half around, just
put a little pressure on Dan Mackel, right, to get it out.
Right, leave a little slice to tease them with.
Yep, leave a sliver. It's going to be hard to get buried without going behind tee here. Let's see what they come up with here. Oh, they're trying to get it. They're trying to wrap it around. And it's going to rub. Oh, that's too bad. They almost had it wrapped around halfway. And they were trying to get just above tee line, maybe half buried.
Good try now. Well,
really good try. Not a gimme here.
If they hit the one on the left, right, and any go over to hit the one on the right, or
no, it's behind, so I don't think so.
I can't tell from this angle.
Yeah, shot stone is behind the rock on the top 8, and I think they'll probably wind up rolling away. They knows that they'll be shot stone.
Pretty narrow broom on it right now. Some firm weight coming out.
Yeah, it wasn't soft, was it?
No.
Gonna roll away here. Still shot stone.
Wide open though.
So I think this is an opportunity for Team Bercheski. I think they can hit and roll underneath their own stone on the 8-foot now. They can roll to a spot that they probably couldn't get to. Otherwise, they can sit right on the top 4. Hung out on him. It's going to roll away. But Team Bercheski does sit 2.
Update on sheet 3. Utica Morehouse took one more for a total of 8 against Team Moore.
They now lead 8-0 after 3 ends of play.
Right, it is. I've been corrected. It is Team Moore, but Dale Jones is skipping. So we'll call this one Team Jones. As Brian Moore sits up here and watches his team. He's the coach on this game.
Team Kelly grabbed a 3 in the second end in their semifinal against Crumma. They now trail 4-3 after 3 ends of play. Got themselves back in the game. Dan Mackold, last stone here. Third end. That just floated out on him. And that'll be a steal of 1 for Team Brzezinski in there. They've got it all tied up and back in the game. After 3 ends of play, we're all tied up at 2. Team Mackold with the Red Stones will have the hammer again here in the 4th end of play in our feature game. And we're all knotted up.
Looks like sheet 4, they blanked the third end. Utica Sewell against Utica Knapp.
Looks like they did. The score remains 3-1. Sewell over Knapp to 3 ends of play. Team Knapp still retains the last rock advantage.
Center guard for Team Brzezinski.
Yeah, work for them last in. They got a little cheap steal there. Got themselves back in the game.
Mackold was trying to do a corner guard. Or was he trying to bring it in? I couldn't tell.
He was throwing a corner, went just outside the 4-foot circles. Or the 4-foot line, I should say. A little tight to the center guard. That's going to cut off, might cut off the end turn draw if you need it. Keep an eye on that later in the end.
Nice little promote. Pop the center guard into the house.
Team Brzezinski's on the rings.
And looks like Team Mackold does not want to leave it there.
Oh no, they're going around the corner. Still lead rocks. They can't take anything out yet. Opposition guards. They're going to try to utilize the corner. This one's hanging out. They're going to hit the center guard.
That one's out.
Well, they moved it up in the rings. I think the out-turn draw, right? They can go right around. I think they can go right around. Shot stone top 4. A lot of room there.
It is by, but it's not going to bury. Back 8. Not the shot he wanted.
Yeah, a little deep. Brzeski does sit 2. A little bit of pinball on that pool, or that peel. Not a lot changed. Debating whether to raise that center line stone or draw around it. Looks like they're going to play the raise.
It's coming out to sweep. Really isn't needed, I don't think.
Wow, that overcurled a ton, huh?
Oh, it did.
Very light. Now the center line blue's open. Got a potential double.
Okay, you hit the blue and rolled over. Top 12. Which appears to be potentially going away.
Team Brzeski chase so they can sit 1-2 here and keep the force in play.
This hit rolled back to center.
Oh, it rolled to a great spot. Directly in front of their back stone. Although it does give Dan Mackold an opportunity to roll under his corner. There are a few rocks to come here, so it may not be the greatest spot, actually.
Does that give him a chance for double, though, too, if he hits it off nose?
I think he's less concerned about the double this early in the end as he is about getting a rock underneath. And this one's over curling again.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness, they went right through the hole. Pretty lightweight.
That was just barely hack weight.
Yeah, I thought they'd come with more weight there to get a solid hit and roll. They had 3 guards to roll under, leaving a rock at the back 8 to deal with later. Now a chance for Team Berchaski to plop another guard up front. They got a rock just biting the top 4. It's a potential stealer. Certainly would generate a tough force.
They're struggling just to get this over the hag line.
A massive, massive sweeping job to get that over. It's not in a bad spot.
Still leaves that one back exposed a little bit for a hit.
Yeah, the rock on the top 4 is still mostly exposed.
Makes the inside hit and roll tougher, though.
Yeah, you got to throw down weight if you want to get under. Get to nose, you could potentially get rid of 2.
This one's going to roll out.
Just hung.
Hit and roll out. Yep.
Didn't move it very far. Again, not a lot of weight on that takeout attempt.
But that, unfortunately, didn't overcurl when they needed it to.
Pushed them behind T-line, but they are sitting 2. Now Team Berchaski with a chance to improve their situation a little bit. Trying to decide which way they want to come here, in turn or out turn. It's a pretty high guard.
So where would you want to place this one, Roger?
They got to go pretty high in the rings to make it difficult to remove. I think they were thinking of going top 12 here. But they can't guard everything. They're going to leave either the back 4 rock exposed or the back 8 rock exposed. One on the corner of the back 4 is in a pretty good spot. This one hung wide on him. Cut off the out-turn draw path pretty well, though. Now, this draw path's cut off. But this one's open. Not sure you can get to shot rock easily. Come this way at it. Can't see much of it. What, maybe a half?
And you really don't have with that high guard right now. It's actually in the way.
It may very well be in the way.
You've got to just skinny by it.
Yeah, it may not be makeable. They're just going to draw.
because there's one they have to throw down weight to get it. And
Yep.
They can't do that because of the high guard.
Then they're just looking to throw the in-turn draw. Full 4 foot. Try to get behind that high guard.
Looks like sheet 3 is done. They shook.
Make it a final. 8-0 Team Morehouse over Team Moore.
Well, so he was trying to draw that one in. He did not do so well. Left it up in the center line, ball out of the house.
Golden opportunity now for Team Bruchaski to lock down.
Knocked down 3 of them at this point. Not sure what they're looking at there. Looked like they were looking at those combination of the red, blue, red there. Okay, he's trying to block the port. Well, he did block that draw path down, but he wanted to.
Tough now. How do you score? There's several options. They're all bad.
Can you come between that red on the center line and the blue on the top 12?
Boy, I don't think so. That's so tight. You've got the long double raise. That looks pretty unappetizing. That's probably a 15-foot raise.
4 feet between them.
Maybe throw the double here and give up one. You can run this one back onto the stone in the back 8. Or the one on the 4 foot, either one.
Looks like he's calling for the hit there.
I think they're looking for the double.
Pretty good weight on the stone coming down.
It's close. Oh, we went through the hole. That was so unlucky. They had 2 ways to get rid of 2 stones there and just missed pulling the one off the 4 foot. That's a steal of 2 for Team Bruchaski. They now take a 4-2 lead after 4. 2 stolen ends in a row. He's got New Pond in the lead. Team Mackold will still have a hammer here in the 5th end, playing the Red Rocks.
On sheet 2, 4th end. The score now is Team Crumma 6, Team Kelly, Utica Kelly 3.
Big deuce there by Team Crumma to extend their lead. 3 guards in play now here in the 5th end. Nothing on the rings yet. And promotion attempt by Team Macol. They just spilled that one onto the top of the rings under the center guard. Update on sheet 4. Team Nap got a single in the 4th. They now trail 3-2 without hammer in the 5th end. Something brewing now for Team Macol. They're sitting 2.
Jeski trying to pick off the back one.
And just a little tight on the broom on, that's going to crash on the guard. And I think, unfortunately, in the ricochet, they might have pushed a 3rd red on the rings. That was not the outcome they were looking for, and a very unlucky one at that. And now Dan Mackel's got a chance to clear the guard with very little risk. He's sitting 3 already.
Right on the camera, it doesn't show the one biter on the back.
Not on our overhead view, but I think very clearly this rock looks like it's now on. Just got rubbed by the blue shooter as it kind of swung by. That was very unlucky. All of a sudden now Team Machold is set up for a big end.
Looked away for a minute. Was that one sitting right on the tee lane? Right on the pin? Didn't bury?
Yeah, it's open. I think Dean Brzeski would like to maybe get a little bit of an inside roll here. Looking at 4. Well, it'd be great if they could just get to the inside and roll under. Tough shot. I'm going to come here and try to get underneath.
like it's there.
Yep, there's room. It's tight.
Well, what's nice about some of these is that they're curling hard, generally after the hog line, so it gives you some flexibility.
Yeah, there's definitely some movement if you throw down weight.
You know, versus curling all the way down.
This one's hanging out. A little directional sweeping to bring it back. They're carving it back. They're going to get it, but they're going to roll away. And they're going to roll out. So Dan Mackold still sits 3. Chance to throw another shot. Huge end on sheet 2 for Team Kelly. Down 3. They just picked shot stone. Out of a freeze to get 4, they now lead 7-6 after 5 innings of play.
It was a beautiful shot he did, too. Picked it right out. Lost one of his on the way, but
Shot stone was corner frozen, but it had a hole to go through and picked it out.
I think he lost one of his and still ended up with 4.
Yep. Yeah, there's no way to hit and stick for 5 there. So back in our feature game. Come around actually looked like it grabbed and maybe reversed handle.
Leaving Team Procheski a way in.
Yeah, another hit and roll here.
I think he's trying to just call a draw behind.
Yep, draw top 4 would be okay. Got to make it, though. Looking at 3 here. Yeah, looks like he's throwing a hit. Looking to hit and maybe roll under cover. Outcount some of those red stones. Looking pretty close. Didn't roll as far as they wanted.
Well, he fooled me when he put his broom down on the ice. I thought he was signaling the shot. He was. So now that's open for potentially a hit and roll behind.
It's behind or away, anywhere but on those, right?
A little down weight hit, maybe.
I think if you hit and roll inside, you'll be behind T-line. Almost like hit the hit and roll away a little better.
Although if you hit and roll behind T, it's still potentially not a drawable position, right?
They could freeze to it. Or just draw above it. So I definitely like hitting and rolling away here to keep draw play away from those guards.
Looks like that's what he's going to do.
And have Team Brucheski chase those stones out wide. Did he get that one out? Oh, that was unfortunate. So that one's going to outcount at least 1 stone at the top of the house. Again, not a lot of weight on that takeout. Failed to remove the target rock. This one's over curling. Do they have a piece? They got just a piece.
Just enough.
Got it out of play.
Changed the complexion of this end so far. Potentially blue shot in the back.
Possibly. It's hard to tell with the rock on the edge here. The rock in the back of the house is definitely outcounting the red rock in the top 12. But you know that blue rock is a dead rock. It's exposed. I think Dan Machold would like to sink one around the red guards. And if there's a miss, you can run the back blue off for a pile. Dan Machold with his first. Trying to get one around the guards here. Line looks really great. Can he get it by?
Oh, little tick.
They just rubbed. Now a chance for Team Brzezinski to sink one and try to get out of the end here. If they can bury one behind the double guards. I just love to get buried back here. What looked like a very productive end for Team Machold kind of unraveled a little bit. Good draw here by Team Brzezinski will get them out of trouble here.
Just one sweeper right now, so.
Trying to push it over. It's hanging out a little wide. And looks like it's light. Probably don't want to go too deep with this. It'll just leave a hit and roll opportunity for Team Machold. So I'm going to leave it up high. They are sitting two, but now there's an opportunity for Team Machold to hit and roll under. That's for shot stone. Now what we don't know here is if this is for one or two. We still can't tell if the red rock on the side of the rings is going to count. That's the mystery rock. Looks like it's got a good piece of the 12-foot. Question is, we don't know if it has more of the 12-foot than the rock at the back of the rings. Either way, Team Macold's got a hit and roll off the blue stone that just thrown by Team Brzezinski. And got to get into full 12 to count. Last rock, fifth end here in our feature game. Dan Machold looking for a hit and roll. This one hung outside. He's going to roll too far, and I think Blue was shot in the back, I think.
Yeah, they didn't waste any time kicking him away, so. Over on sheet 4, an update, Sewell is 3. Knapp, Utica Knapp is 2 after 4 ends. So it's 3-2 Sewell over Knapp.
It looks like that was a steal of 2. Is that right? No, they haven't come and score yet. Team Bercheski scored at least 1. Team Machold with the Red Rocks with the hammer again here in the 6th end. I think they definitely need to score this end.
I think he's trying to come behind center guard.
Yeah, they're going to try something different. They throw corner guards the last 2 ends. This time they're going to try coming around.
This one's
going to be a little bit on the heavy side.
just about right at the button.
Just a T-line. Only partly buried. Almost edge on edge, I think. Easily accessible.
Yeah, good chance it's going to go away.
Firm weight took it away. And we can confirm that was a steal of 1 in the 4th end, or 5th end, sorry. Team Bercheski leads 5-2 here in the 6th end.
It was interesting on Team Bercheski, the shooter just does the raised delivery. Don't see a lot of that around anymore.
Old school, right, with the lift?
Lift, yep.
I don't think you need a lift on our ice, the way it played today.
Probably not, but it does. I think it does help keep that momentum going for the takeouts, though.
Earlier today, we were throwing anywhere between 410 and 425 and putting rocks on the 4-foot, so it was lightning fast. Very cold here today in Utica. I think our high was, what, 0? Pretty dry out there in the shed. Ice has been really quick. And they wrapped one around again, and Bercheski and they missed this time. Hung out on them. Tried to do a little directional sweeping to carve that rock over onto the target stone, but were not successful.
Well, they got it. They took the blue out.
Now a chance for Team Machold to wrap another one around the center guard. That one's going to be in a good spot. Christmas treat him again.
Sometimes I've had people ask, which way is the Christmas tree supposed to point?
I think it can point either way, but what you want to look at is that those 3 rocks are all in a straight line. So any one of them you hit, you probably can't get the one behind it very easily. Although the 2 rocks on the top 8 and top 4 are pretty closely grouped. So you might be able to grab a piece of the back one if you hit all you can see of the top one there. This one's wide again. Are they going to catch anything?
Nope.
Oh, it flashed again. Now a little bit of trouble. Stick another one top 12, right? Just keep piling up the Christmas tree. Colleen Jones, the many-time Canadian world champion, coined that term. The one thing that confused me is it's only half a Christmas tree. You never see the other half, right? You just see one side.
Good point. Good point. Didn't think about it that way.
Yep.
I always think about it as the point supposed to be up or down.
Oh, the point's up toward you, toward the viewer. See, if it was a Christmas tree, it would be like this way, right? That would be a Christmas tree. You'd have your tree, right? You'd have your limbs, and the base would be down there. It's upside down.
I suppose if you had an upside-down Christmas tree, you'd have a V with a big pocket.
Yep.
Nope.
Rubbed a bit, but
Provides a guard.
not a bad spot. Can't get it shot stones. Probably going to have to run the red end and see if you can spill a couple. We're all tied up after 6 ends of play on sheet 2 in our other A semifinal. Eric Crum and Dean Kelly in an epic battle. They're tied 7-7 after 6. Team Kelly now has the advantage. They got the hammer here in the 7th end.
Try and run this red back into the 2 reds already in the house.
Yeah, I think they want to run that into the pile and hope they can get 2 out. Just hit this a shade high. Should do the trick. Called sweep right out of hand. And it was narrow.
Ooh, very narrow.
Cleared the guard, though. We're going to decorate the Christmas tree again. Trying to get one top 12.
This is the typical hit, replace it, hit, replace it.
Well, if they can sink this underneath, it'll be hard to get rid of anything. Line looks really good on this one. They got by the guard.
Oh, yes, they did.
Put this one on the rings, and they're in business. And they did. They're top 12. Now now you got four decorations on your Christmas tree, right? Got 3 red ones and a blue one on the top.
Now there is one too. Sometimes when do you remove that top high guard? Should they have gone after that one earlier? You know, it never
Well,
seems to be a problem until the other
right.
team buries behind it. But
Right, with the lead, right? I mean, you've got a 3-point lead. Could have taken it probably as soon as they got 2 back there. It might have been a good time. They have to move it now because they've got 3 buried behind it.
I know sometimes you wait, you leave it there, then you regret leaving it there.
Update on sheet 4. After 5 ends of play, Team Sewell took a single. They now lead 4-2 over Team Knapp. Team Knapp will have the hammer here in the 6th end.
He successfully peeled the guard.
So now the shots, you know, the stones are available, but now Team Mackold can be comfortable guarding those. There's such good angles on those stones that if they just cover the top one.
Now, do you think a run back would have been a better choice on that?
Well, if you miss the run back, then you leave a guard, right? It's great if you make it. Not so great if you almost make it, right? You either got to miss it really badly or you got to make it. Yeah, Team Mackold needs to throw a couple of good guards here. A couple of more good guards. They're looking in great shape to score 3. This might come in a little deep.
I think it's going to come right down and freeze at the top one. A little bump.
Okay, well now a bunch of stones can disappear. Should be able to get at least 2 out.
He has to be careful where he hits that red because he could actually hit that red and drive it right over the top of that pile.
Yep, you want to make sure you make contact with the top of the pile.
Pretty much a nose hit at least.
Well, a nose hit may only lose 1 stone. You got to move. I think you got to move this top stone one way or the other on the top of the pile so it goes away. So, for example, if you hit this just a shade on the high side and this stone goes that way, the back one goes out. The middle 2 may stay. You could probably make it the other way too. Hit it a little bit on the either high or low side. You would get 2 stones out. Tricky. Going to bring some heat here.
It is a rocket he's throwing.
He's
right
going to
there.
scatter some rocks, that's for sure. He's going to hit this a little on the high side.
Moved 1, 2.
Yep, and there you go. The 2 middle ones did stay, but got 2 out. Nicely done.
Certainly opened up the middle. Guess that's the one advantage to be able to throw that kind of weight. It will move some rocks.
And he moved a bunch. It was always going to be hard to get rid of the middle 2. Now, if we had brand new rocks, he might have got them all. But we don't have brand new rocks.
No. Now, do you want to try and bury this one or leave it right in the middle?
I think you stick it right in the middle and spread the house out. Make it difficult to make a double. Probably go top 8. Right? This would probably be a pretty good spot.
Leaving something in the middle of the hit, but still not be
Yeah.
shot. Ooh, doesn't look like he would make the house.
Looked like he's trying to go around his corner, but he's going to wind up grouping some rocks. Came up short.
Hit it and roll underneath that guard they just threw.
That would be ideal. One for sure you want to get rid of a stone here. They're up 3.
Well, they removed it. And
Blue's not shot,
no,
so
not shot.
chance for Dan Mackel to draw. Chance for deuce now for Team Mackel. Last rock here, 6 end. Last rock, 6 end. Open draw for 2.
Usually 8 foot or better, and he's got it.
Looking good. And there's a deuce for Team Mackel, so they close the gap. They now trail 5-4 after 6 ends of play. Team Brzezinski playing the Blue Rocks will have the last rock advantage here in the 7th end. Just to recap across our sheets, Team Crumma, Team Kelly, and our other A semifinal. They're all tied up at 7, playing the 7th end. Team Morehouse defeated Team Moore 8-0. Team Sewell leads Team Knapp 4-2 after 5 ends there in the 6th end of play. Our feature game's a close one. Team Brzezinski 5-4 over Team Mackel.
Well, he didn't make the hog line on that one. Wonder if the ice is slowing down or he's just too late. You have to put a quarter in the pig.
There you go. Team Brzezinski just looking to flop one out on the rings here with their free stone after that hog guard, but this looks a little heavy.
It's going to go right through.
Looks like both teams will get to start over.
Sweeping this one pretty hard. It's going to end up with a corner guard.
I think we're trying to put that one in the wings. Just came up a little short.
It's always nice to have Schenectady in the house. They're one of the clubs that comes to a lot of our events.
Yep, they're a pretty short drive away, about an hour and a half. Just on the rings behind the center guard.
Trying to guard that one, or
yep. Good guard. Yep.
would you have thought about raising that in at all, or?
A lot tougher shot. I think you can draw around it later. Need the guard up front.
There's a good example why, right there.
They're keeping Team Brzezinski busy removing the guard. The minute you get a miss, like a nose peel or something like that, you can go around. Or if they peel and leave the guard.
Well, another nice place guard.
Perfectly placed guard.
And the guard goes again.
And a guard will go back here. And another perfect guard. Went right back.
Now the idea is to always peel that guard as opposed to running it back.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get it opened up. Worst comes to worst, if you keep them busy with the guard, they'll always be able to draw pretty much anywhere in the house to get their single. If you ever tried to run the guard and were unsuccessful and left your guard in place, then they'll come around again. Potentially steal the end. So they're just looking to peel, keep Team Mackold busy. At some point, Dan will have to come into the rings. Probably with his last.
And if Team Mackold does not put the guard back, that's your opportunity.
Yeah, then you just hit and roll. Team Kelly was forced to a single in the 7th end of the other A semifinal game. They now lead 8-7, and Team Crumma has the hammer in the last end.
Sheet 4, Sewell took another point. Now 5-2. Sewell over Knapp. Can update the score on sheet 4. Sewell took one additional. 5-2 over Knapp.
Interesting, looks like Team Mackel's trying to go around the corner instead of drawing around their, still in the top 12. Got around the corner to sit 2, so the force is on.
Just a little bit peeking out. If you hit it, you'll roll into the center, though.
So Team Brzezinski's up 1. Question here is, do you want to be up 2 without, or do you want to be tied with?
It's an easy answer after the 8th end.
Yes. They're going to have a confab. They could take out 1, give up 1, and have the hammer coming home tied. That's a pretty high win percentage. Or you could go ahead and draw for your single here, score 1, be up 2. Be up 1 without, and or be up 2 without, and that's not a bad position either, really. Even if you give up a deuce, you've got hammer tied in the extra end. Depends on your team team preference. Decision was made.
Gonna go after the top blue.
Throwing a rocket
red
here. And it looks like to me that they'd rather be tied coming home with. So we got us a tie game here in our feature game.
Short of a blank end, somebody will win.
All tied at 5 after 7 ends of play. Team Brzezinski with the Blue Rocks will have the last rock advantage here in the 8th end.
Interesting house on sheet 2 that you can't see, but
you know how this game is going to have to end up.
3 blue in there, 1 red. Red shot. Team Crema.
Let's take a quick peek over at sheet 2. We can do that. In our other a semifinal, over on sheet 2, Team Kelly with the Blue Rocks is setting 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Team Crema's Shotstone will stay with this game for the last crucial shots here, and then we'll go back to our feature game.
I think he's hoping if he hits that top blue, it'll squeeze that red out.
Yeah, Dean Kelly with his first skip stone here. Just looking to crash that top blue into the one just behind it to spill the redstone out of the button area. Just got to hit this anywhere on the outside.
Didn't move it a bit.
Nope, moved his own.
Moved everything but the one he wanted to.
Yep. Back to our feature game. Nice tick shot by Team Brzezinski to move center guard. Thrown by Team Machold.
Not sure if that's what he wanted to do. Another corner guard.
Draw here. Yep. Or the other side.
Yeah, I would assume he's trying to throw a center there.
Over here. Secure here.
Trying to draw around the corner just for a kind of saver rock, but this one is going to go through the back. Oh, it hangs on.
It's going to hang on.
He's got a saver rock in case they need to hit and roll out later in the end.
I just need to.
And leave a center guard up there.
Nice center guard. That'll be peeled. So guard peel till skip stones, and then Dan Machold will probably have to draw around his corners on the left. Successfully peeled, didn't spill any reds into the rings. Got to be a little careful peeling that way. Probably want to put your center guard like right here, right, to make it difficult to peel, so he peels into these reds.
Right. This one's going to be very high or not even over. It's going to hog it.
Didn't make it. Now they can peel one of the corners. Or both.
That's what he's looking at right now. Looks like Utica Kelly won on sheet 2.
Yep, picking up a steal in the last end to win 9-7. Really great effort by Team Crumma. Congratulations, Team Kelly. They advanced to the championship final tomorrow. We await the results of our feature game to see who their opponent will be.
And Team Bercheski successfully peeled both corners.
Both corners, but did leave another corner center guard there for Team Mackel to hide behind.
Looks like that's what he's trying right now, to hide behind it. It's not going to make it. It's over curling.
Curling short.
Too light.
They can probably use the guard, though. I think they'll peel that guard.
Bercheski does have that insurance stone in the back.
Yep, so he'll be able to hit and roll out if necessary. Big end for Team Knapp over on sheet 4 in our other B quarterfinal game. Grabbed a big 4 to take a 6-5 lead after 7. Team Sewell, the Red Rocks, will have the hammer coming home. Down 1.
There again, you get down here. Please nowhere. You want to go this way? All right.
And guard peeled. Mackel looking for another guard. Got their double guard again.
It was too early to try and come in. Just want to put up a guard instead.
No, I just keep the middle open. I think they're still probably going to be looking at peeling the guard. Question is, who's going to come in first, right?
Right. Well, Bercheski's kind of already in there in the back.
But who's going to go around those double guards? Or do we just peel? One more peel. Still having a confab.
When do you want? Right here. Just normal. I threw this.
think they're going around.
Do you think Machold should have come around in his last one?
I think he's looking for a double guard before he comes around. So Team Berchesky's decided they want to get around first. And they still have half the 4-foot open for the last shot draw. Overcooked that one a little bit. Looked like the line's pretty good. Now Team Machold goes around. They've got some backing. They can draw in front of that. Buried, be very difficult to remove.
I'm disappointed that he'd like it top 4 buried.
Yeah, top 4 would be great. Get it underneath above T-line.
A little clearer to the ice.
Team Machold doing a little ice maintenance out there for this draw.
Not really sweeping it. Looks a bit heavy. Top 4 somewhat buried.
Totally buried.
Totally buried. I have to learn to look at the monitor. From my angle looking at the ice, I can't tell.
Button is still open. Probably looking to draw down here and just tap this back a little bit.
It's really a good spot, top 4.
Yeah, it's a great spot. Got totally buried. Going to be very hard to get to. Are they going to get enough? Not enough throw, a little too heavy. Never touched it.
He's throwing bump weight, but it was too much. Going right by.
A chance to throw a guard. Cut off the draw path to the button area.
Just trying to find out the perfect place to put it.
Yeah, if you're too tight to the center line, you can draw around it to the pin. If you're too wide, you might leave enough room for a light tap shot on shot stone.
Blue's just far enough back if you come down to it. Doesn't help the other team any at this point.
Probably right around in here is probably your best spot. Tricky to throw.
That's very good enough. Even if it's a little high, it wouldn't be bad, would it?
Don't want to be too high. If you're high, too high, it's too easy to draw around. If you want to be really tight to the rings, you could even be top 12. Last stone, 8th end for Dan Mackold. Looking for a guard. Oh, I left a pocket. I think you got to move both stones, right, to get shot stone here.
Right. Maybe you should have left that maybe a couple inches higher if you get a chance.
You leave it a couple inches higher, then you leave a double.
Yeah, double.
I think you got to just chip off the outside red. You got to play this one and just chip and redirect onto this one. This one goes to the back 4. This one scoots out maybe just a little. Just got to rub off the top red.
Well, he's leaving him a shot, but he has to make it. I think they know what they want to do. They just a little leery of that guard up there. Get inside far enough.
Well, he just threw the shot, so and it wasn't bad weight for what he needs, right? He just needed to curl like another 2 or 3 inches. I mean, they just got to skinny the blue. They just got to skinny this blue guard, right?
But they need enough weight to bump it back.
If they just skinny this blue guard and chip off that red, this one goes to the back 4. That should be enough, I think.
They need a little bit of weight to move those, all right?
They do. They don't have the move the one on the sideboard too far. The one to worry about is the one that's sitting top button. Ideally, you'd want this to maybe chip off this blue a little bit so it doesn't stick. You don't want to nut it on that back blue. A little tricky shot.
He's going to drive the red back, and the other red he's going to just bump off to the side a little bit.
Yeah, you need to tick the top one, and then you got to get a pretty solid wrap on the back red and hope that it doesn't jam for shot on that back blue.
Well, the people behind the glass got it figured out.
Yeah, you can't hit the top red too thick because you'll spin off.
I missed this, what happened on 4.
Didn't catch it.
Okay, Don Knapp did win on sheet 4.
So Don Knapp joins the B semifinals tomorrow morning at 8:30. Along with Team Morehouse. I believe they will play Team Knapp.
Okay, the long-awaited shot now on sheet 5. They've discussed it, now they're throwing.
Last rock, 8th end in our feature matchup, a semifinal game.
Trying to push it.
Need a push here.
Ooh.
And they took their own out, so congratulations. That's steal of 2 for Team Mackold. They record a 7-5 win. They advance to the finals tomorrow against Team Kelly. We'll be here with that game at 11:30. Dave Cragnolan will be leading the charge for bringing you the game. Hope you enjoyed our stream tonight. That completes our evening session of curling here at the Mitchell Bonspiel Utica Curling Club. Join us tomorrow morning, 11:30, for the championship final. Until then, Roger Roulette, Tim Conboy, thank you much.